Bulls entered Game 5 looking to hang a third consecutive championship banner from the rafters of Chicago Stadium. But when it was over, the only things hanging were their heads as they squandered a chance to make history. Down 3-1, the Phoenix Suns fought off elimination, led by the irrepressible Sir Charles Barkley and high-flying rookie Richard Dumas, and left the champs dazed, confused, and wary of a trip back to Phoenix. Paul Westfall's troops have a newly found enthusiasm and have shocked the basketball world by bringing the series back home. Barkley and the Suns are one win away from forcing a one-game series showdown. Left for dead a week ago, suddenly Charles is all smiles. It's Game 6 of the 1993 NBA Finals between Chicago and Phoenix. The Bulls look to wrap it up and start Horace Grant and Scottie Pippen, flanking Bill Cartwright on the front line, while B.J. Armstrong is paired with Michael Jordan in the backcourt. Starting for the Suns are Richard Dumas, Charles Barkley, and Mark West in the front court, with Dan Marley and KJ at the guards. As the action gets underway, Grant looks to make a statement by snuffing Dumas, as Suns coach Paul Westfall looks for a call. Jordan pulls up the right elbow and drains his first jumper to break the seal. A spectacular touch pass by Dumas to West for the crank gives Phoenix an early lead. Scottie Pippen finds Armstrong cross court, and he delivers a three-point blow from deep in the left corner. Johnson sends West to the hole on a pick and roll. The Sun center kicks it out to Dan Marley, who steps around Jordan to take it to the hole for the front end of a three-point play, causing concern for the Bulls' Phil Jackson. Crisp inside-out play by Phoenix frees Marley beyond the arc, and he bottoms out a Trey. KJ slides across the right side to Papa J, but it's short off the rim. Dumas sneaks into the center of the Bulls' defense to tip in the follow and spot the Suns to a three-point lead. Michael fires over some token pressure, and his bomb knots the score. BJ drives past three defenders and finds Jordan spotted on the left side this time. The result's the same, however, as Air mails in three more. Kevin Johnson out-hustles Bill Cartwright for the loose ball and ignites the Suns' fast break. Barkley deals left to Marley, who goes up and over Pippen. His free throw makes it 20-19 Chicago. Pippen exacts his revenge by dancing by Oliver Miller and rudely sending a lefty slam over Sir Charles. There's little time to celebrate as Phoenix races the ball up the floor and reaps the benefits of a Danny Ainge long-range missile to even the score. Just as quickly, the Bulls charge back. Jordan penetrates and finds BJ in his favorite place. Another three, as Chicago's up by that same margin. Trent Tucker continues the barrage from deep in the right corner as the Bulls begin to make their move. Off a scramble for a loose ball, Tucker shovels to Jordan, and he deposits yet another tray in this Bull run. John Paxson and Tucker confound the Suns' defense, and Pax beats the first quarter horn by rattling down a 20-footer that extends Chicago's lead to 9 after 1. Tucker's contribution from the bench is unexpected. His third field goal of the half swells the Bulls' lead to 11. KJ races through Chicago's interior for a layup as the Suns begin to mount a comeback. When Pippen's offering is long, the Suns look to run again. Ainge sprints to the three-point line and launches, hitting all net. The Suns are now within 7. Danny loses the ball trying to split the defense, only to dive and steal the ball back. He flips to Marley, who whips it inside to Oliver Miller. The rookie kicks the rock out to KJ, who tries to shake BJ before finding Chambers on the baseline. Everyone's involved in the Phoenix offense, and the lead's been sliced to 5. Phil Jackson's not happy about it. Chambers then shows some more of his bag of tricks with an overhead two-handed slam. When Sir Charles backs all the way in on Grant, his short deuce makes it a one-point Bulls edge, to the dismay of coach Phil Jackson. Marley plays way off Pippen, and Scottie takes advantage of the invitation, taking it deep into the lane before dropping in the bucket and opening a little breathing room for his mates. Marley gets a piece of Armstrong's jumper, and the Suns look to push the tempo. Ainge wastes little time in finding Barkley on the left blocks. Charles spins away from Williams to power down another cram in transition, keeping the Suns within striking distance. Pippen hits a short jumper with 26 seconds left to close out the first half scoring. Barkley and the Suns head to the lockers with a team trailing by 5, 56-51, as the drama builds in Game 6 of the NBA Finals. Chicago outshot Phoenix from the floor, hitting on 48% compared to 42%. Michael Jordan paced all scorers by notching 16 points in the half. The Bulls were 6 of 7 in three-pointers. The Suns' Danny Ainge hit 2 of 3 from three-point land.
The crowd on its feet here at America West Arena. They've seen their Suns make another run, move within 4 of the two-time defending champion Chicago Bulls. 6:56 remaining in the third. Bulls 67, Suns 63. Scott Williams is back. Charles Barkley tried to go at him and then threw it out. Here's Chambers. He's been hot. Johnson gets to it. Johnson. And again, Johnson keeps it alive. That was batted to the backcourt by Paxson, who just checked in. Kevin Johnson off the dribble, lost it. Barkley on the recovery.
If you're saying to yourself, should Charles Barkley still be out there at this time, would you expect anything differently from Paul Westphal? They were down 0-2 against the Lakers, and he said, oh, no problem, we'll win the next 3. The man believes in his team. He believes in Barkley.
It counts, and the foul. Pippen taking advantage of the mismatch on Johnson. Kevin Johnson tried to draw the charge, but it's called on Johnson.
Almost a strip by BJ, but good fortune for Phoenix. It winds up in Charles's hands, who has the finish. Then they find the mismatch. KJ trying to play Pippen. KJ tries to pick up the offensive foul by falling down. He's not going to get it. Pippen goes to the line now for the free throw opportunity.
Bulls by 4, and Mike, as we saw time and time again in the Bulls series against the Knicks, when Michael Jordan went quiet as he has, it has been Scottie Pippen who was able to add another dimension to his game, and Pippen has come through with a solid effort here tonight. Chambers open. Well, Tom Chambers set up beautifully the last couple of times down, but not able to convert. Paxson, yes, that's a three-pointer for John Paxson. And the Bulls 8 for 11 in the three-point department. John Paxson hit 4 from three-point range in Game 5. Chambers, he blew the stuff. Chicago leads by 7. Armstrong for 3. Oh, they are on fire from downtown. B.J. Armstrong putting on a show. 18 points for Armstrong. That's his 4th three-pointer.
A double dose. This is the guy that used to start for Chicago and made so many big shots from behind the three-point line, John Paxson. This is the guy who has replaced him in the starting lineup, leads the NBA in three-point shooting. B.J. Armstrong, 2 different guys, same result.
Well, Paul Westphal told Hannah Storm at halftime, if the Bulls continue to hit the three-point shot as they did in the first half, it would be all over for the Phoenix Suns. Well, they have continued. They're 9 of 12 from three-point land. That ties the NBA Finals record, which was set by the Suns back in Game 3 when they were 9 for 13 in the three-point department. Kevin Johnson with a fling. Charles Barkley. So Barkley converts the funnel. The Bulls now lead 75-67 with just under 5 minutes remaining third quarter.
Charles finding another way to score. He can't get it off the direct entry pass. He goes after it on the offensive board.
Pippen played by Marley. Scottie Pippen leaping for the rebound, but a loose ball foul was called. It's on Pippen, his 3rd.
Charles Barkley sees KJ's a little bit off. He makes the extra effort. Scott Williams' job, keep a body on him. He doesn't do a good enough job. Charles finding a way to score, too.
Frank Johnson is back. Frank Johnson, Kevin Johnson, Danny Ainge. 3-guard alignment, along with Charles Barkley and Dan Marley. That is a traveling violation. The ball goes back to the Bulls.
Frank Johnson that time had a wide-open jump shot. Catch, shoot the ball if you're open. Instead, he was trying to draw the defense and get down the lane. Took a step before he put it down.
posting up. Yes. Michael Jordan, 7 of 12. He has 20 points. Coming off a quiet second quarter. Kevin Johnson defeated Charles Barkley. The Bulls 77. The Suns 69.
Violation of one of Chicago's defensive rules. No middle of the floor for Kevin Johnson because bad things happen when he gets down there.
Now the Suns with a 4-on-3. Bulls able to get back. Ainge going glass. It's a 6-point.
I am not a role model. I am not paid to be a role model. I am paid to wreak havoc on the basketball court. Parents should be role models. Just because I dunk a basketball doesn't mean I should raise your kids.
Chicago lead. 8 points for Ainge. Shot clock at 8. Michael Jordan able to use the height advantage with Kevin Johnson in the matchup. Jordan not able to go to the drive as frequently because of the quickness of Johnson, but still able to get the good looks on those turnarounds.
And the intelligence of Michael. He saw Marley coming from the middle of the floor to double team him late. He turned to the baseline again for the shot.
Frank Johnson was way off. That gets the crowd discussing the shot, although Frank Johnson has shot well in this series. 2:45 remaining in the third quarter. They double up on Jordan. Pippen try to draw contact, and Barkley stepped away. Does not want to pick up his 5th foul. The Bulls again lead by 10. Horace Grant getting set to return. Illegal defense called for the first time.
Michael Jordan, the ability to recognize where the double team is coming from. He feels Danny Ainge coming from the top, so he spins to the left shoulder, shoots the fadeaway, hits it over Kevin Johnson. The next time on the other side of the floor, he sees Marley coming late, so he turns to the right shoulder, elevates over Kevin Johnson. The ability to read the defense and make the right decision. Michael Jordan, the best.
No team has ever come back from a 3-1 deficit to win an NBA championship series. That's the goal of the Phoenix Suns. Horace Grant checking back in after the 1-point game on Friday. He is managed just to match it here tonight, and he's playing with 4 fouls. This after very strong play earlier in the series.
You're talking about 2 points for Horace Grant in the last 7 quarters of basketball.
The Chicago Bulls trying to become only the 3rd team in the history of the NBA to win 3 in a row. No one has done it in 26 years. Only the Minneapolis Lakers and the Boston Celtics have won 3 in a row. Kevin Johnson in the foul. Johnson with the drive, and he was hacked. Foul committed by B.J. Armstrong, his 3rd.
You try to keep Kevin Johnson out of the middle of the floor. The problem is when they start him off with the basketball in the middle, he can go right, he can go left. It's tough to guess which way. Most times, scouting report says he likes that crossover right to left. BJ trying to play him for it, but give Kevin credit. He is so good at it. Even when you know it's coming, it's tough to stop.
11 points, 7 assists for Kevin Johnson. Chicago leads by 7. 2 minutes remaining in the 3rd. They gave Grant the shot. Jordan. Rebound, Barkley off the box out.
Michael Jordan has no field goals inside layups or dunks. Right now he is 8 for 15 from the outside.
Kevin Johnson.
Horace Grant may not have many points tonight, but that time he did one of the subtle things. Put a big body on there, blocked out, let his teammate Scott Williams go get the basketball.
Pippen going to the left hand and switch to the right. A gorgeous move by Scottie Pippen. The drive to the left, and then he was able to change up to hit the shot with the right hand. And the Bulls now lead 83-74. And that an illegal defense for the second time, leading to the technical foul. Danny Ainge will shoot the technical. Charles Barkley will sit down. Oliver Miller is back. Barkley 16 points, 10 rebounds.
Here's where the illegal defense takes place. Barkley has the ball guarded by one man. Michael Jordan will start to come and stop right about here, then tries to get going again. You can't do that. It must be an aggressive double team. Stop, go, illegal defense. Aggressive is the key to it.
E.J. Armstrong replaced by John Paxson. Bulls lead by 8. 1 minute left in the third quarter. Nice lead pass. Johnson for Miller. Chicago 83 and Phoenix 77. Well, the Bulls have been able to pull away to double-figure leads on several occasions, but have not been able to put the Suns away. Phoenix continues to come back at them. Shot clock at 4. Michael Jordan is 9 for 16. He has 24 points.
Excellent job. Chicago saw there were 50 seconds remaining when they got the ball. They knew they could run it down as far as possible, and still, if they get a stop, would get one more possession, 2-for-1 situation to end the quarter.
Johnson around Jordan and foul. Kevin Johnson with a beautiful dribble drive to beat Michael Jordan.
We had talked about that right-to-left crossover that they play for. Michael anticipated he was going to go right-left. Instead, KJ gave him the fake, kept it in his right hand, saw the alley, down the lane. Michael trying to get the strip from behind.
Jordan called for his third. Johnson is 1 of 1 from the line. Now B.J. Armstrong and Trent Tucker check back in. Phil Jackson looking for the long-range effect as they will hold to set up for a final shot with this third quarter winding down. Mark West sitting down. Richard Dumas will come on for Oliver Miller. (17 1/10 seconds remaining in the third quarter. A game that has seen the Bulls do it with the three-point shot. They've hit 9 of 12 from downtown. Armstrong has hit 4, 4 of 5. Jordan 3, 3 of 5 from downtown.
Phoenix may go for a hard foul steal in the situation because they do have a foul to give, so you may want to gamble here. Go for it quickly, see if you come up with the ball without fouling, but don't let him get a good shot. There's the foul.
And that's the foul to give. It's on Marley, only his first. So the Bulls will inbound with 9 seconds remaining in this third quarter.
Smart move by Michael. He knew they had a foul to give, so he went early enough to make them commit the foul and still have a lot of time left now to run something down.
Tucker. Trent Tucker hits again. 1 3/10 seconds remaining in the quarter. Dumas had to be careful. And Ainge fires it high and wide. Trent Tucker off the bench to hit 4 out of 4 from the field for 9 points. After 3, it's the Bulls 87 and the Suns 79. As we head to the fourth quarter and Chicago leading Phoenix 87-79. The Bulls hoping to wrap the series. In this, the 6th game, Phoenix looking to force it to a 7th and final game here on Wednesday. Thursday night. It is Phoenix ball as this fourth quarter gets underway. Barkley up front with West and Dumas. Marley and Johnson at the guards. Double team. Pippen came over, left Dumas open. Dumas not able to hit the outside shot tonight. Marley. And the Suns regroup. Darryl Garrettson indicating a leg block, kicking violation. Called on Pippen, so Phoenix maintains possession and they get a new 24. It has been an odd series. The Bulls are 7-1 on the road in the finals the last 3 years, and only 4 up, 4 down at home. Barkley, Cartwright with the rebound.
I would not be surprised to see the basketball go in Charles Barkley's hand 80-85% of the time here in this fourth quarter. Let Charles go, let him make decisions, score, pass to open teammates. Be the starter for their offense.
Shot clock at 4. Oh, Pippen. Here's Jordan. And Marley moves it back.
The only reason Michael shot that one is because he didn't know whether they were going to give him a reset or not on that shot attempt. He thought the shot clock may have been run down, so he was just trying to get it up there quickly.
Oh, Kevin Johnson landing on his left hand as he was fouled. Bulls have gone cold. As this fourth quarter opens up, they finished strong at the end of the third.
Keeping him in one direction, not letting him cross over. The foul on BJ, the hard fall by KJ.
Armstrong called for his fourth four-piece on Armstrong and Grant. Barkley has been playing with 4, as has West. Kevin Johnson is 4 for 4 from the line. He's an 82% free throw shooter. 18 points for Armstrong, who has done it with the three-point shot. Kevin Johnson has had another solid game. His first good one, though, here in Phoenix. Bulls 87, Suns 81. Minute and a half gone by in the fourth quarter. Again, it's Barkley guarding Cartwright. West rejects. Dumas in the open floor, and he's stopped. Armstrong stopped the ball. Here's West, and a foul call.
When Bill Cartwright started to make his move against Barkley, Charles backed off. Cartwright started to stumble. Mark West comes over and gives help from the blind side. Clean block. Then back at the other end, reward the guy that just made the big defensive play. Give it to West down low. Gets fouled by big Bill Cartwright.
Crowd reacting to the successful free throw by Mark West, who is only a 52% foul shooter. The Bulls by 5. Phil Jackson has a front line of Cartwright with Grant and Pippen, Jordan and Armstrong in the backcourt. Bulls with their starting lineup on the floor. Pippen. West with the back tap. Johnson accelerates. Jordan able to stay in front of him.
Good job by Michael moving his feet, and then he did not give the ball back to Kevin Johnson.
Barkley directs traffic. Barkley backing Grant. Barkley changed his mind. Dumas able to convert. Barkley very fortunate that Dumas was right there, and Chicago will talk it over.
What if my name wasn't in lights? What if my face wasn't on TV every other second? What if there wasn't a crowd around every corner? What if I was just a basketball player? Can you imagine it? I can.
The reason that Barkley was able to convert the it by shooting the gaps.
Danny Ainge and the rest of the Suns reacting. Phoenix has moved within 3. And the Phoenix Suns are trying to come back from a 3-1 deficit to win an NBA championship series. They've come back from an 11-point deficit here tonight to move within 3. 9:20 remaining in the fourth quarter. Bulls having difficulty locating a shot. We're down to 5 on the 24. We're down to 3. Down to 1. Pippen. Mike Mathis waves it off. 24-second violation.
You can see they're a little bit out of sync right now. Pippen tries to elevate up. The ball in his hands when it's 0-0. It's got to be out of it. Very close call that time, whether it had been released off the fingertips or was still in.
Barkley coming up short. Falls back to the offense. Michael Jordan getting a rest at this point. Paxson down to 5 on the 24. Down to 3. Down to 1. It's Grant. Another excellent defensive sequence by the Suns. And it will be Phoenix back in possession.
I can tell you this much. The rest that Michael Jordan is getting will be a very short rest. He's why when the shot clock is running down, Chicago gets so many good shot opportunities because he's a creator. He's a guy that makes things happen off the dribble.
Barkley backing, draws a double team, forced it, West fields it, and he draws the foul. Cartwright collects his 4th. Oh, they change it. It's Horace Grant committing the foul. That is his 5th.
Grant gets the first foul as Cartwright comes from behind it. Good call. First one initiated by Grant on the arm.
Mark West, 1 of 2 from the line. And as we mentioned earlier, a poor free throw shooter. Here's Michael Jordan back. B.J. Armstrong sitting down. The Suns are 25 and 29 from the free throw line. So West hits 1 out of 2. And the Suns are down by only 2 points. They are on their feet here in Phoenix. Bulls 0 for 5 from the field in the fourth quarter. It will be Phoenix ball. The double team on Barkley. Paxson shooting over. Barkley with the spin and a foul call. That will send Charles Barkley to the line.
Chicago is trying not to have to come and double team early to get the ball out of Charles's hands. But if it continues this way and they let him back down to the point where he can go either middle or baseline, they just can't get to him in time. They will continue to have to foul him.
Barkley 6 of 8 from the line. Cartwright, as you saw, called for the foul. That is Ford on Cartwright. 17 points for Barkley. And he can tie the game right here.
That man, Phil Jackson, sensing that the team might be tightening up right now, trying to sit down, remain calm, get everybody back under control, hope they can execute against the Phoenix pressure, which has really picked up in the last couple minutes.
Well, the Bulls maintain the 1-point lead. .701 this quarter by the Suns. Shot clock at 5. Jordan He's been off. Rebounded by Pippen. Paxson for three. And Chicago will get a new 24. The Bulls in this fourth quarter are 0 for 7.
You can see it, Marv. You can see that the shots are all short. They're pulling that string on the shot. This is a very, very critical stretch right here for Chicago to somehow find a way of getting an easy basket.
Jordan in a one-on-one is fouled. He was trying to set up the crossover, and Marley bumped him. Well, Phil Jackson telling us before the game that he felt that the Bulls were tense in the fourth quarter in Game 5 on Friday as you watched the foul called on Marley. He felt they were short-arming from the foul line and also from the field. And we may be seeing that right here.
Let's go back to what we said earlier about the temperature in the building, the tempo, the fatigue factor.
Paxson passed on the shot. Pippen. Rebound Marley. The Bulls by one. Phoenix with a chance to take the lead. West pops it out. Johnson. Rebound swept by Grant. Bulls 0 for 8 in this fourth quarter. Jordan for Grant. He lost the handle. Horace Grant lost the grip. But the Bulls regroup. Shot clock down to 2, down to 1, and Jordan is fouled.
Michael Jordan had only one thought in mind that time. Get to the rim and jump into someone and draw contact. We've got to find a way to put some easy points on the scoreboard, is his thinking.
Well, the Gorilla leading the cheers here in Phoenix with 5:51 remaining in this fourth quarter. Horace Grant missing the easy opportunity, lost the grip on the ball. And the Bulls to this point 0 for the fourth quarter. They have not scored in the fourth. They're 0 for 9 from the field. Suns not burning it up 1 for 7, but they've managed to hit on foul shots, so they've outscored Chicago 7-0. And Michael Jordan to the line.
Number 42, Scott Williams, returns to the Bulls lineup for 24, Horace Grant.
And Horace Grant will sit down. The last time Chicago scored was a John Paxson jump shot at the buzzer to end the third. They had gone 6 minutes and 10 seconds without scoring a point before that Michael Jordan foul shot.
Little offense, defense for Phil Jackson. Take Grant out, try and save another personal foul on him. Put Scott Williams in to defend against Barkley.
Barkley off the fake. The Suns and the Bulls are tied at 88. 5:25 remaining in the game. Jordan getting the good look. He has 27. The Bulls 90. The Suns 88. Marley for three. The Suns lead 91-90. First time they've led since early when they were up by the score of 16-14. Just under 5 minutes remaining in the fourth. Here is Jordan. Yes. Michael Jordan answers. The Bulls 92 and the Suns 91.
You saw Phil Jackson talking to Paxson. I've got a feeling that he's anticipating Phoenix sees Michael heating up. They're going to go double him a little earlier. He wants shooters in the spot-up areas that can break their back if they go and double Michael.
Scott Williams jumps out on a switch. Shot clock at 5. Barney for three. Back tap by Barkley. Ames. Rebound West. Rebound. Phoenix 93. Chicago 92. Jordan from deep. Way off. Marley met by Armstrong on a switch. Just under 4 minutes remaining in the game. Barkley stepping up for the jumper. Marley with the tip. And a loose ball foul is called on the Bulls.
Charles Barkley, after timeouts, likes to play from the top of the circle so he can ball fake and drive left or right. A strong move to the basket by Charles. And then down 2 points, Marley pulls up from behind the three-point line to give Phoenix a 1-point lead.
At 24, Bill Cartwright.
Cartwright called for that foul, his fifth. Chicago over the limit. The Suns have only 2 team fouls. Barkley sitting down. So 5 apiece. I should say Cartwright sitting down. 5 apiece on Cartwright and Grant. Suns 27 for 33 from the line. Marley is 4 for 5. Phoenix 94. Chicago 92. The Suns with the season on the line, hoping to send it to a 7th game here on Wednesday. 10 of defense. Jordan had it knocked away. Shot clock at 3. Pippen back for Jordan. Air ball fielded by Marley, and that's a 24-second violation. And Michael Jordan has been out of sync in the second half.
Jordan gets down on the low post again, but the quick hand of KJ strips him of the ball. Now it's a matter of can he get it up before the clock runs out. In his haste, Michael shoots it over the top. 24-second violation.
I am not a role model. I'm not paid to be a role model. I am paid to wreak havoc on the basketball court. Parents should be role models. Just because I dunk a basketball doesn't mean I should raise your kids.
15 to Phoenix, Arizona, where the Suns have come from behind to take a 94-92 lead on the Chicago Bulls with 3:20 remaining in the game, and the Suns have outscored the Bulls 15-5 here in the 4th quarter. Bulls went 6 minutes and 10 seconds without scoring a point, and the 2-time defending champion Bulls look to be very tight. That's the case in Chicago on Friday night.
One of the things is that their offense relies on passing of the basketball. Marley with the 3. Barkley comes up with another offensive rebound. They rely on throwing passes, but they're not getting into the offense quickly enough. As a result, the clock is running out on them.
Kevin Johnson, yes. Suns 96, the Bulls 92. Scott Williams tied up. Or foul, let's see. It is a foul. It is number 5 on Barkley.
Try to keep Kevin Johnson out of the middle of the lane. One of the rules of the Chicago Bulls, sometimes easier said than done. Charles trying for the jump ball situation. Instead, foul is called.
5 on Barkley with much time remaining. 2:45. They double up on Jordan. Here is Jordan. Yes. Michael Jordan cuts it to a 2-point Phoenix lead. 31 for Jordan.
Is there any doubt where they want the basketball to go? You got to rely on the guy that can put the money in the bank for you.
Armstrong called for that reach-in.
Michael Jordan took the first double team, kicked it back outside. Then they go right back into him again. He knows that he's got time if he turns quickly to get it up over Kevin Johnson before Marley can return and trap him again.
Number 7.
5 fouls apiece on Armstrong, Grant, and Cartwright. Kevin Johnson to the foul line. He's 5 out of 5 from the line. He's an 82% free throw shooter. Kevin Johnson coming up strong once again. 17 points and 10 assists. And they are chanting KJ. 2:23 remaining, fourth quarter. Phoenix leads by 3 points. The Suns 98. The Bulls 94. Scottie Pippen setting it up. Shot clock at 5. 3 on the 24. 2. 1. It's another 24-second violation. And the Bulls offense is completely out of sync.
It's a classic case of the defense of Phoenix not allowing the guards to handle the basketball, BJ and Paxson to get him into their offense. As a result, Pippen's brought it down the floor the last couple times and not getting into their offense until 11 or 10 left on the 24-second clock. Then there's just not a lot of time to run the intricate cuts and patterns that they're used to running.
Suns with the ball and a 4-point lead. Barkley backing in. Rebound West. And a loose ball foul is called on West. He's called for a push.
Loose ball foul on number 41.
That is 5 on West.
For the last 2 minutes, timeout.
For the Suns, their 14 fouls, so the Bulls will not go to the line.
When the shot goes up, West fighting for position, hooks Horace Grant. No question about it. There's a foul as he follows it up for a tip-in.
Chicago at one point led by as many as 11. Chicago with only 7 points in the fourth quarter, outscored by Phoenix 19-7. The Bulls shooting 3 of 15 here in the fourth. Michael Jordan has all 7 Bulls points. So while Chicago was getting the balanced attack earlier, they have not been getting much help offensively. As Paxson starts up, Suns by 4, a minute 40 to go in the fourth.
Talked about fourth quarter fatigue, 7 points for Chicago.
Jordan and Johnson in possession. Now Phoenix, I would think, would want to play the clock a bit here. Down to a minute 20 to go. 15 on the shot clock. Ainge tried to draw the foul. Shot clock at 5. Marley from way out. And nearly got the roll. Rebounded by Barkley. Charles Barkley calling for the timeout. A sensational play by Barkley.
That rebound was number 17 for Charles Barkley. That's what he's told his coach he was going to do before the game. I'm getting you 17. He certainly has to work hard to get this one. The ball almost bounces in. The presence, the call, timeout before the turnover takes place.
That's the second time he's been able to call a timeout while in flight. Paul Westphal enjoying it.
Look at the range that Marley shoots this shot from. Jordan tries to get out and challenge it. And as deep as it is, it almost still goes in. Then Barkley hustles after it, chases it down, calls timeout. And when you look at Paul Westphal, still finding humor in the moment as Marley's coming off. Westphal gives him the choke sign, signaling that he should have made that shot.
Very loose Phoenix Suns ball club. And they maintain possession off that timeout call by Barkley. We're just under 1 minute remaining. In this fourth quarter, Suns lead 98-94. Ainge pitches back to Frank Johnson. Rebound on it by Michael Jordan. Now, Frank Johnson, not the man that the Suns would have wanted to take that shot, and Jordan is able to go the distance.
Worst thing that could happen, let him score and use up very few precious seconds. So now, if they can get a defensive stop without fouling, Chicago will have a chance to tie the game.
2-point Phoenix lead, 25 seconds to go, 10 on the shot clock. Pippen over to help. Marley eluding Jordan. Frank Johnson gives it back. Marley, oh, he went short, and it's a 24-second violation. Let's see, Ed Rush and Mike Mathis conferring. Apparently, Chicago had called for time. The 24-second violation buzzer did go off. Darryl Garrison giving the indication that it was a violation.
When Michael Jordan came up with the basketball, he looked up the floor, saw a clear path to the basket. Nobody moved over to stop him. They certainly didn't want to foul and give him a three-point play, so he scores and uses very little time.
13 and 6/10 seconds remaining in the fourth. The Suns by 2. It will be Chicago in possession.
I love this game.
Well, the Suns have shot only 41% from the field, but they have done it at the foul line. 30 of 36. They've also done it with 17 offensive rebounds. However, the Suns, with a chance to ice the game, have missed 6 of their last 7 shots. So the Bulls have been able to come back. In this fourth quarter, though, Chicago with a mere 9 points. They've been outscored 19-9. The NBA Finals record fewest points in the fourth quarter, 13. Michael Jordan has scored all 9 Chicago points here in the fourth. 9 of his 33. The Suns by 2. It has come down to this possession.
They want Michael to get a full head of steam, try to keep him in the middle of the floor.
Well, Pippen got the step. Here's Paxson for 3. Yes! The Bulls take a 1-point lead, and Phoenix calls for time with 3 and 9/10 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. John Paxson converts a 3-pointer in Chicago 99 and Phoenix 98.
They've done this at least 3 or 4 times in the game. Penetrated and thrown backwards to a man rotating back to a spot-up area. There's the man, John Paxson. Grant gets the ball out to the right man at the right spot, and from the time it leaves his hand, it's perfect rotation on the basketball. He feels it, the team loves it, as they run back to the bench on the timeout.
And that is an NBA Finals record 10th 3-pointer by Chicago. They've hit 10 of 14 from 3-point land. For Paxson, his second. He hit 4 in game 5. And now Paul Westphal setting it up with 3 and 9/10 seconds to go. The Bulls are over the foul limit. Oliver Miller checking in. It's Miller, Marley, Barkley, Ainge, and Johnson on the floor.
Charles Barkley has made a number of gigantic shots from the middle of the floor, top of the circle area. That's where they like to get him. He loves stepping back right from there. And shooting a jumper. He must have won a half-dozen games in Philadelphia with shots at the end from that area.
For the Suns, the season has come down to this, and now they take the delay of game. So another look for Phil Jackson.
Sneak preview on what they were trying to run. Now a substitution. Phil Jackson brings John Paxson into the basketball game. They want him to match up on Ainge. They want Williams out for a more mobile defensive team.
3, 9, 10 seconds to go. Kevin Johnson will inbound. Oliver Miller plays it. Here's Johnson. Johnson gets, no, he could not get it off. Knocked away by Grant. It's all over. The Chicago Bulls have made it 3 straight NBA championships. A 3-point shot by John Paxson, the game winner. The Bulls with a record low, only 12 points. In the fourth quarter, that is a NBA Finals record low, but it was enough. A disappointing finish for the Suns, who had rallied and taken the lead, but could not put it away. And Horace Grant, a man who has struggled the last 2 games, comes up with the block to conclude matters.
Moments later, the on-court joy funneled into the Chicago dressing room as the Bulls awaited the championship trophy presentation. Let's go to Bob Costas amid the euphoria.
Well, we have played this scene before, and amid the bedlam of the visitors' locker room in Phoenix, we have virtually the entire roster of the 3-time champions, and David Stern will attempt to make the presentation. Go ahead, Commissioner.
3-time NBA World Champion Chicago Bulls. Congratulations. It's a great accomplishment.
Michael will allow you to speak first on behalf of your teammates.
Well, I think everybody put their effort out there. You know, from Corey Williams to Ed Neal, all the guys that was on the injury reserve. You know, this is a hard-fought repeat. You know what I mean? It took a lot of work. A lot of times it looked kind of dim, but we stuck in there. We hung together as a team, and, you know, this is a reward of what the hard work does for you.
NBA Finals 1993 was sponsored by Nike.